Let's take a look at multiplying polynomials. So we're going to multiply the following. These are going to be my basic ones. I'll make a few other videos with a little bit more complex problems with multiplying polynomials. So what we've kind of been used to so far in Algebra 1 is when you have like a number outside the parentheses and we have, say, x plus 3 on the inside of the parentheses, we've been used to taking this 2 and multiplying it in by distribution. We're essentially doing the same thing here. So up here you'd have 2x plus 6. We're doing the same thing here. The only difference is I still have that second parentheses x minus 2, but instead of distributing just one number, we're actually distributing two different pieces. We're going to distribute the x, and we're going to distribute that positive 3. So what this looks like is I'm going to take this x and multiply it by the first term in the second parentheses. So I'm taking x times x, which is the same as x squared. So I get an x squared. I'm also going to take this x and multiply it all the way to the negative 2. So I take x times negative 2, which is negative 2x. So negative 2x. So I took the x, I multiplied it through. Now I'm going to take this 3 and multiply it through as well. We're going to take 3 times x. 3 times x is 3x. Notice how that's a positive 3x. I'm going to put plus 3x there. I'm going to take this 3 and multiply it by negative 2. So 3 times negative 2, since we are multiplying here, is negative 6. So I get minus 6 there. So that's all the multiplication. Took the x, multiplied it to both terms. Took the positive 3 and multiplied it by both terms. So we have everything multiplied out, done. One thing we have left to do is put together our answer, make sure it's as simplified as possible, and also in standard form. So I'm going to start with the highest power, which is x squared there. So I look and check and see, do I have any other x squared terms? I do not, so my first term is x squared. After x squared, I look at x. So I have a negative 2x. I also have a plus 3x. So negative 2x plus 3x is a positive 1x. After my x's, I go to my constant, my numbers. I got a minus 6 there, so I'm going to have a minus 6 here. So when we multiply this out, I get x squared plus 1x minus 6. So I'm going to show us a few other examples with signs moved around, and just so we can kind of get used to this. So another example, x minus 7 times x minus 5. Again, I'm going to take each of these first two terms and multiply it by all the terms in our second parentheses. So I'm going to start by taking x times x, which x times x is x squared. Then I'm going to take x times negative 5. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. So I took the x, I distributed it through. Now I'm going to take this negative 7. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. And negative 7 times negative 5 is 35. So I kind of left off adding all these terms up. So I had an x squared minus 5x minus 7x and a positive 35. So again, when I look to combine like terms, start with the highest power, x squared, and move all the way down. So I have an x squared, so I'm going to have an x squared. I have a negative 5x minus 7x. Negative 5x minus 7x is negative 12x. And then I have that lone constant, the 35, so 35 in the back. So you got to be careful with the signs there. Multiplying two negatives makes a positive, positive and a negative makes a negative. So you got to be careful with that. The key is go slow, think about what you're doing, and these problems are very, very simple. I'm going to give you one last final example. So a little bit different here. You notice I'm going to have a 2 in front of the x, but still same procedure. This procedure is always the same. We have two terms in the front, parentheses, two terms in the back. So I'm going to take each of the front terms and multiply it by all the back terms. Same process. So when you think about these things, think about the process is what's most important. So I'm going to start with 2x times x, Well, that's almost like 2x times 1x. So 2 times 1 is 2. And x times x is x squared. So our first term is 2x squared. Then take 2x times negative 2. 2x times negative 2. If you multiply the numbers there, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. And then I do have an x there. So we have negative 4x. So took the 2x, distributed through. Now I'm going to take the 3 and distribute it through. So 3 times x is 3x, and that's positive, so I'm going to put a plus 3x there. And then take this 3 times negative 2. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Only thing left to do is combine like terms, start with the x squareds, to work to the x's, work your way down. So I have 2x squared, so 2x squared. Had no other x squareds there. I have a negative 4x plus 3x. Negative 4x plus 3x is negative 1x. Negative 4x plus 3x is negative 1x. Then I have this negative 6 here, which I'm going to bring that on down, negative 6. So that is multiplying polynomials. Again, go slow and steady. I think drawing these little arcs, for an Algebra 1 student, looks a little bit goofy. The more comfortable you are with these, I don't draw these as often. It just kind of shows you what's being multiplied together there. But go slow and steady, and you'll be fine. So that was multiplying polynomials.